wanna tell you a story. So what happened to me won't happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Here it is 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been out all night long, going from club to club, getting my party and my drink on. I walked in the door, I could tell she had been crying. Her bag was packed, she was leaving. Said I heard her for the last time. I kept on walking, cause I didn't believe she'd go. It's been 5 weeks, 4 days, and 3 hours. I can't take no more. I'm giving it up, yeah. I'm giving it all up. Stop running the streets at night and treat my woman right. I'm giving it up, I'm giving it all up. I stopped creeping and lying, gonna give her quality time. I wish I could take back all the things I put her through, all the times I should have been there. I wish I could undo. I give her what she needs, cause now I understand it's hard for a real good woman to love a no good man. Now I know what I lost and what she was worth. If she would give me a second chance, I'd even go to church.
Do right. Back at you. One more again. And we want to finish Shyt. That little part that we did, we were supposed to be engaged the word, but we had a little technical difficulty. And the thing ended because it should have been about 15 minutes long. So we got to kind of, go back and put some part in there, but, maybe the God that wanted to come out like that and do right, try to do his own thing. So, he cut the thing off. But, and told do right, to read a little bit and pick out a little bit more information. He showed do right exactly, the information that he wanted to put in there. And he showed the do right some other stuff that he wanted to get put in there. And so, do right, they have to listen and, and do what thus said the law. Because y'all supposed to be doing what thus said the law too. Now ain't none of us doing everything that thus said the law. But we need to be working so we can do them things. But the scripture we had wanted to put in there is like the book of Jude. This still talking about, get your money, nigga. Really, because that's all I've been talking about. If you really been following along, and ain't just been on it, just to get your little laugh on and following along, with some stuff and making a little motion and put some time in for yourself. Do right, just one man, he can't do it for everybody. He just can't do it for himself. A lot of it, he ain't even got a chance to do it for himself because he's too busy trying to spend the time to help raise the people up, because he don't want to be at the top of the mountain by himself. He want to crowd the people up there. He want to get up there by helping other people up. He ain't trying to get to the top by kicking everybody else down. So he reaching back down. The song in the church says, if you have to reach way down, the Jesus, he'll pick you up. So, and do right is just an agent for the Jesus. And then the Jesus said, the greater work that I do, you shall do. So he was raising the sick and healing the dead and, casting out demons, slapping devils, cutting down pimps, cussing out preachers, blessing the women, anyhow. But, that last part, we kind of, was a little bit more silly, but it was the video titled Still Talking Shit, Part 2. And then this one's going to be the Part 3 on it. Because, Do Right knows it. And if one other little piece he got to give, he definitely got to put in there on this. He started trying to bring it out the other day, but I don't guess it was the fitting and it was the willing of the law, because it seemed like that just didn't come out. Or it came out all right, it just fitting to be put in this one. You know, so, you know, it's fit to be put here. So we got to put it in there. Because we don't put it in there, then, do right like Ezekiel. You know, he told Ezekiel, son of man, if you don't tell them, they blood gonna be on your hand. And I love y'all, but y'all nigga blood ain't finna be on my hand. So I'm gonna tell you what the dust said the law and what the people should be trying to do and whatnot. But the first one we're gonna use, we're gonna go into Colossians, in the book of the Colossians. And we're gonna start at 24. Colossians 1. It said, who now rejoice. This Paul talking now. You know what the preacher gonna tell you? Because the Colossians was one of the letters, not books, a damn letter, epistle. It ain't even scripture. But a letter Paul would write to his brothers who were Israelites. But they had to be, they were living over there in the land of the Colossians. And so it was just like, you know, they said they brought up from Africa, and now we over here living the lifestyle of the white folk. You know, or the slave folk, or the slave owner, because it was some Africans who owned some slaves too. It was some black folk from England that came over here and they owned their slave. And they owned some white slave, Caucasian slave. They owned an African slave. They owned even other European slaves that were dark-skinned too. Slavery had nothing to do with the color of your skin. Black was a status. And all black people were slaves or employees, worker, field hands. Hell, you got a job, you're a slave. Your boss is the master, whoever owned the business. Everybody else that work on them, they're slaves. And now they give you a wage. Back then they just give you housing and clothing. Now they give you a wage to make you pay for all that shit by yourself, for yourself. But your ass still be broke. You ain't gonna get out there with their head. Now that they can help it now. Because the slave master, I don't care what color he was, he wasn't going to teach the slave how to get free from him. He was going to teach the slave just enough to keep the slave a slave for him. Give it on, well, what tone your skin is, because do-right ain't black. Y'all can see do-right look more red, mahogany. Like the red clay hills of Georgia. You know, like the Dr. King did one day in the red clay hills of Georgia. Little black boys and little white girls can hold hands together and sing their old Negro spiritual. Free at last, thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. And y'all better believe it, them little white girls love holding hands with little black boys. So that's a message to y'all little black girls who think you too good for little black boys. You know, now, don't forget now, David kicked the king out. David, after he danced naked for the Lord, his woman went to complaining. He kicked her ass out and got the slave and made the slave the wife. You know, so why you right here think you betting black men now? When you in your divahood. You know, why you doing your divahood thing? You right know it need to be getting the message, but this is the message. Just get in where your ass fit in. And start getting mad because I say some things that you don't like to hear the way you don't like to hear. Talking about he's saying bad words. Go look in the dictionary and find me one word in there that's bad. And if you can't find the word that do-right using in that dictionary, don't mean that the word do-right using is a bad word either. You just might need to look at another damn dictionary. Because there's more than one. Go look in the ghetto dictionary. Or better yet, go look in the nigger in the hood dictionary. And you'll find some word got different meaning than when they do English. Because everybody wants you to speak English, and most folks look like do-right. They forgot how to speak to damn black folk. We got along good when we all were speaking black folk. Then some of us started speaking English and Spanish and all this other shit. Now we can't stand one another. Do that make any sense to y'all? When they do the do-right, because he understands and he know why them things happen like that. That's why you have to go back over there in the new part of the Book of the Freak. Y'all, this is a red one right here. This is probably the devil Bible, because it's red, it ain't black like the other one. You know, but you got sometimes you got to have 2 or 3 on them. Because they all say something different. You are going to show y'all that in a little bit. One of these old days. Well, said it won't be long. Come on, son. You're going to look for do-right. And do-right going to be gone. Because do-right going to be the guy with some teethers. And he can get him a booty meal. And some of these women will let him spoil them like they let the other preachers spoil them. Because he has some pretty teethuses in his mouth. Y'all need to send some money to the do-right TV for him. I'm going to leave y'all an address and see who's going to help a preacher out. Anyhow, but we're going to get back over here to Paul in the book of the Paul, not the book of the Paul, the letter or the epistle of Paul that he was writing to his brothers that was in Colossians, but they were Israelites just like him. They just had been took out of Israel as slaves by the Syrians and then the Egyptians and slaves, according to this book now. Because there's going to be some fool out there want to talk about what another church book said. We ain't talking about that church book. We talking about this church book right here. So don't come in and talk about what some other church book said. Because there's a bunch of churches. Paul wrote letters to the 7 churches. But here everybody knows there's more than 7 churches. Here there's more than 7 churches in Minnesville. Black folk churches. Or Negro folk churches. Here there's more than 7 white folk churches in Minnesville. So everything you hear is a church. Your little club ain't nothing but a church. Y'all got little bylaws and little stuff that y'all remember. Y'all a church too. You fooling yourself. Anyhow. But Paul was writing to his brother. I got to prove this point before I can move on though. See how the spirit works, see. Spirit makes you say some stuff. And then you got to chase it to find it. Because I done forgot where I read it at. And I'm praying hard. Because I got to prove this point about the Paul talking to the Israelites who was scattered. Well, you know, that was in the Colossians. Nah. First, we're going to do the Romans. Romans 10, chapter 1. Romans 10, 1. I'm going to read 2. It said, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is. It said Israel. It didn't say anybody who believes. Because this is a book about the nation of Israel and its people. And what was going to happen to them. Especially every time they got away from the laws of the Lord, the God. As long as they did what the commandment they did under Moses, they lived pretty good. But when they got away from the Moses law, they always end up being captive. You had them 3 Hebrew boys. Christianity, Judaism, and damn Islam. And then if you feel like Islam, then they call you a Bendigo, cause you're a badass Negro. You don't listen. So you don't want to listen. You want a book. You want a book. You want to talk about some Muhammad. And they talking about everybody. They talking about they got J's and Y's, and you coming in with a M, but they got Jesus and Jehovah and Yahshua and Yahweh, and you talking about some darn Muhammad and Allah. Your shit don't even match. That's why they get mad. That's why they get mad at y'all. Cause see, they got a system going, and then y'all come in there and talking about some Muhammad and some Allah. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about Jesus and damn Judas. Same principle. One betrayed the other, one the messenger, one the God. Judas was a messenger too for the Romans. But anyhow, it said, my heart desire for Israel is that they might be saved. He said they now, talking about the nation of Israel, his brethren. But then he said, verse 2, for I bear them record that they might, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of God. Zeal means a love or desire or eagerness. The mind. They got a zeal and a love for God. Black folk, especially in the South in the Bible Belt, we love God. That's all we don't have with damn God. We have nothing else. The little land and everything we had, they took it. So all we had was God. We go to church and have a good time. Why you think most of the singles, you know, in R&B, even in rap, where they started out at? In the church. You know, homecoming. Because the family went off, they'll come home from the homecoming. You know, and we had them big cookouts, you know, and the group from up north would come down and they sang, and, you know, and we just do what we do. But the book said they got a zeal of God. Talking about the Paul people, the Israelites. But not according to knowledge. See, they got a zeal and a love for God, but the hell, they don't know what the hell they damn talking about. They ain't got no knowledge, no real knowledge of the God. So then they can walk around here talking about they speaking in some tongue. And only the two languages they know is English and black folk. And they done forgot black folk. Because speaking in tongues, talking about speaking other language. Not that ecology, bolas, who sure I said it. Oh, that ain't no talking about no, that's gibberish. That's foolishness. That's something a baby do. That's baby talk. Like you talking to a baby. Who should you don't put in, that baby don't put in, who should that baby don't put in, who should that baby. That's all, that's what you doing. You doing gibberish. You ain't got no knowledge. You ain't been getting knowledge. Because it been the damn slave masters been telling you about Jesus. Here with the slave master, with the first preacher to black folk. The slave master was. So I imagine the black slave master. You know, whether he was African, European, or whatever. If he was dark-skinned, or what we call black today, I imagine he was the Pentecostal because he had soul. And then you were Caucasian slave master, you know, you did the Catholic and the Methodist shit. That's why you got black Methodists and black Catholics and black Pentecostal, white Pentecostal. See? So they gave you a little soul, a little rhythm, a little hoot, and a little holler. Ain't God all right? Somebody ought to say yeah. Somebody ought to get down on their knees and pray about it and send Do-Right about $1,500 so he can buy him some T-shirts. Come on, somebody, anybody, everybody. See, y'all like it like that. Y'all just laugh and getting y'all little groove on, but that's alright. Y'all laughing and y'all learning. Because a family that can laugh together is a family that's going to learn together. Anyhow, now, he said they ain't got no knowledge of the God. They got a zeal for him, and they sing songs, and they go to church, and they clap their hands, and they sing. But now, some of these preachers will tell you, they lying. Most of them lying. They don't know what they're talking about. And then you get the good one. You find a good preacher that was with an order. And for some reason they got rid of him. Especially if he was already on another preacher that owned it, his own little, their own little church. And then he go to sitting down preachers and moving preachers out. The one he moved out, he threatened on. He scared they got a better preacher and his shit running out, so he get them out the way. He moved him. Because he scared that, like some members in the Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad wasn't scared. But there was some members in the Nation of Islam who was afraid that Malcolm would take over the movement, especially if something happened to Elijah Muhammad. So you find that in all orders. Because I got a brother here in town that's a dynamic preacher. His name Anthony Gordon. Anthony preach so hard, he'll make you shout. He'll make you happy. He'll make you cry. He'll make you get on your knees and ask to God for forgiveness. He the baddest thing going. Can't nothing here in town touch him. That's my brother. We grew up together. Our family was raised up together. I can't remember when I did not know him and his family. I had to go to their house and play with them. Eat out the same plate. Him, Fred Gall, Greg Gall. What her name? Travis. Lisa. Savicia. And Tracy. And the baby. They're my brothers and my sisters. They stay right over there behind GMC. That's where they moved down there by the college. They're still there on GMC. There's a daycare right there now where they used to stay in. And the Balkans who came to me, that his dad and sister, she married a Balkan. They're my people. I tell y'all, everybody here in Millerville ain't the same folk. We just the descendants of a few people, of a few families. We their descendants. And I can prove what he's saying. But Anthony was preaching at this church over there. He had a church down there in Sparta. Now I don't know if it's true. I got little bits and pieces. But he was the baddest something over there where he was preaching at. And there was a lot of folks over there afraid of him. They scared he's going to take over. But I'm here to tell him, my brother, you done already took over. You don't have to worry. You done already took over. Because you got something to teach to do right. And the do right got to come see you. Because that's what the Spirit told him to do. You already done took over, bro. Now they want to give you something that you can shout about. My brother. Anyhow, hope you read them books I sent to you too. Because if you did, if you read them books and you still got them, and you read them, and you dipping into them, I know you done took over. And you finna show you ain't seen fire yet. Y'all ain't seen fire yet. Y'all just wait on him. And y'all finna see a move come out there, brother. So deep, so hard and profound, it's gonna razzle dazzle your brain. But this right better go on a little bit. Because some of these preachers, they'll tell you,